morning to the viewers. I am Madam Najiha, and today with me is the participant for the Toko Nilam 2024 competition. You may start now.
Well, thank you, Madam Najiha. I wish you a very good morning, and I hope you are doing well today. I know you are as keen as me to get into the review of the book today, but I would like to firstly share a bit about myself. Hello, once again. My name is Sukhvinder Singh, 16 years old this year, and I am a proud student of the Sub-Science stream at SMK Aikote, located in Kota Pahang. To talk a bit about myself, I'm quite the talkative man. A lot of my friends, my peers, my teachers say I speak a lot, and I like to speak a lot. And one of my teachers have told me that I have been gifted with the gift of the gab. With this in mind, my extracurricular journey has been nothing but sufficient for me. I've participated in numerous public speaking competitions, debate competitions, choral speaking competitions, earning notable achievements. A few such as Champions of the State Level Debate Competition back in 2022, Champions of the State Level Choral Speaking Competition in 2023, and as of this year, I've been titled the overall best debater in Pahang after my participation in the state level debate competition. Following all of these achievements of mine, I have been appointed as the president of the Interact Club of SMK Aikote, alongside the vice president of the bowling club at my school. On top of that, I am also the captain of my debate team in my school. With all of my extracurricular achievements, my leadership positions, it has been a journey nothing short but learning, making mistakes, and learning again. It has been filled with a lot of aspects of growth, of toughness, and also I've learned that the effects that I can have on the community and others as well. It is that these few lessons that really resonate with me and is beautifully illustrated in this book that I'll be reviewing today, which is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. This book was published back in 2003 by Hyperraya, and it encapsulates 205 pages. This book is a novel that dives into the idea of interconnectedness of human lives and the impact of actions that our actions have on others. The story revolves around the protagonist, Eddie, an 83-year-old war veteran who works as a maintenance man at Ruby Pier, an amusement park in the book. The story begins actually with an ending, where Eddie dies at the start trying to save a little girl from a falling roller coaster ride. As he dies, he made it to the afterlife, where he embarks on a journey through heaven, where he meets the 5 people where he has met or have not met during his living on earth, but has had significant impact on his life. On his journey in heaven, he meets the first person, the Blue Man. Known for his blue-tinted skin caused by silver nitrate poisoning, the Blue Man worked as a sideshow performer at Ruby Pier during when Eddie was still a child. His life was marked by loneliness and fear, but a seemingly minor incident with young Eddie led to his death. Through the Blue Man, Eddie learns that no act is random and that our lives are deeply intertwined with others that we may not even realize. Some of the things that we do in our life may seem insignificant, but are usually a part of a bigger picture in our life. The second person that Eddie meets in heaven is the captain. As Eddie is a war veteran, he meets the captain, who is the commanding officer at the time. During the war, the captain made a crucial decision that saved Eddie's life, but it came at the cost of his own. The captain helps Eddie understand the nobility of sacrifice and the meaning behind selfless act, even when their significance isn't immediately seen. And this leads perfectly into the third person that Eddie meets, which is Ruby. Although they have never knew each other in the life, she is the namesake of Ruby Pier, the amusement park where Eddie spent basically his entire life in. Ruby's connection to Eddie is actually through his father, and through her, Eddie learns about the importance of forgiveness. She helps Eddie let go of the anger he harbored towards his father, showing him that forgiveness is essential for finding peace, even though of what his father has done. His father was basically abusive, and Eddie had harbored a lot of anger towards him. Which leads to perfectly onto the fourth person, which is the love of his life, Eddie's beloved wife. Marguerite is Eddie's beloved wife. Their marriage was the brightest part of Eddie's life, and her death left him heartbroken. In heaven, Marguerite helps Eddie see that love doesn't end with death, but it changes form and continues to influence our lives. She teaches him that even though love may be lost, it remains a powerful force that guides us and shapes us till today, even though the person may not be in earth today. we still have the feeling, we still have the love towards the person. Tyler is the final person that Eddie meets in heaven, a young girl from the Philippines who Eddie unknowingly killed during the war. Her appearance to Eddie was both painful and redemptive. But Tyler helps him understand that his work at Ruby Pier was not meaningless, but rather a way to make amends for his past towards her. She knows that his life was filled with purpose and actions, even though Eddie himself, saw that his life was insignificant and was purposeless. During his journey through heaven, Eddie realized that profound truth about our lives are intricately connected with each other, and every action, no matter how small they are, carries weight and significance. Through meeting these 5 individuals, Eddie becomes more aware of how his seemingly ordinary life that he thought was boring had a lot of meaning and had a lot of purpose behind his experiences and choices. Eddie missed all of this and realized his life was basically insignificant and purposeless, but instead it was actually rich with meanings and connections that he only found through the people he met in heaven. The message that was conveyed in this book was conveyed beautifully, and is that every life, no matter how ordinary it might seem, has its own meaning and purpose. This book reminds us that our action, whether big or small, can have a significant impact on the lives of others, even if we are not aware of it ourselves. It shows that how deeply connected we are, and that nothing we do is truly insignificant. Everything has a purpose in our life. This explorations of life's hidden connections and the significance of everyday moments is what makes the 5 people we meet in heaven so unique. Unlike many other books in this genre, it doesn't rely on grand or fantastical visions of the afterlife. Instead, it focuses on the quiet, overlooked moment that shapes our lives. Through its intimate and reflective narrative, the book offers a fresh perspective on faith, connection, and purpose, making it a deeply personal and thought-provoking read, which I highly do recommend.
Alright, thank you for that. After hearing your explanation about the book, it makes someone really ponders and reflect on our action and our words throughout our life.
Yes, indeed.
So now I have a few questions for you. So for the first one, what is one lesson that you have learned from this book?
One lesson that I have learned is the art of forgiveness. Ruby, which was the 3rd person that Eddie met in heaven, made Eddie realize of his father's actions and realize whatever that his dad did that Eddie seemed as bad or as negative was actually purely out of love. And because of his hatred, because of his dislike towards his dad, he made him regret after he passed away. And he made him realize that forgiving is something necessary in life. Keeping grudges, holding hatred towards somebody is only going to bring you down. And forgiving helps you leave that weight and find peace.
Alright, just now you told the viewers as well about 6 significant characters in the book, Eddie and those 5 people that he met in heaven. So out of all 6 characters, which one do you relate the most to?
The character that I relate the most to would be the captain. The captain in the story illustrates that he made a sacrifice to save Eddie's life, but really costing his own. Even though my own personal experience is not as big of a magnitude as that, but it made me to realize the power and the art of sacrifice. I realized that in life you can't have everything all you want. If you want A, you can't have B. If you want B, you can't have A. You can't have both. And with being offered 2 options, you have to sacrifice one over the other. And you have to realize this constantly in life. As the president of the Internet Club myself, I have made several sacrifices, like going to countless sleepless nights, or sacrificing my academics to make sure the club runs smoothly, make sure certain events in the club go smoothly without any interruptions. And this book just illustrates that I have also made sacrifices of my own, and it's completely normal to make sacrifices when it's for the greater good of something else.
Alright, one last question. What is one thing, or probably one line or one character that you vividly remember from the book?
One line or something I remember. It would be a quote by the Blue Man in the book. He states that fairness in life is actually unfair. that it doesn't govern life or death. Because if fairness were to be a thing, then every good people would not die young. And this basically illustrates that life is unfair. You have the bad, you have the goods. You know, you have the when there's light, when there's dark. There's going to be the goods, there's going to be the downs, there's going to be the positives, there's going to be the negatives. And you have to realize that you have to weigh your own pros and cons. You have to make your own decisions yourself, and you have to realize that, well, like I've mentioned before, some sacrifices, some compromisation is needed. And this book has made you realize that a lot.
Alright, I believe that is all from us from SMK Air Putih. Thank you very much.